No, no.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Looking at another England Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. It's bright and sunny, contrast from yesterday, Roger, where we had most in spring we had the most snow for the season.
I know. I look outside now and it's like, when am I going to get out there to do this shoveling thing? But yeah, it was quite a bit of snow yesterday. And it
Yeah,
wasn't sunny at all yesterday, for sure.
I'm hoping that the weather cooperates and get warm and melt the snow. I don't want to go shovel.
Well, it's sunny, so it's helping, but it's not going to be as cold as yesterday, so it's good. It's above zero, so it's not all bad.
Yeah, this shoveling thing is not my favorite, and I thought we were done with it. A couple of
Yeah, I
ago,
know.
people were fighting for time on the golf course.
I
Now it's
know. Now there's snow all over the golf
snow
course.
all over, exactly. So it's just starting all over again.
It is.
But we'll keep you warm. We'll keep you going. We'll keep you interested because there's a lot of sports happening, and so we'll keep you engaged as we go through these different sports.
That's for
Uh,
sure. Lots going on, man. Lots going on. It's getting that time of year where the snow is behind us and it's time for the things of the summer. So, looking forward to a lot of activities on the track, off the track, on the field, off the field, but it's just outside.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Olympics because I mean, even just the
Oh,
commercials advertising
yeah,
Paris 24,
I
they
know.
get they're just so exciting to watch those things.
It's a fascinating Olympics coming up.
Yeah, and everybody's slowly getting back into their routine and getting ready for the Olympics. So
Everyone's,
just
that's the only focus this year. The only focus.
let's hope everyone stays injury free and fit
That's
and
the key.
healthy
That's
and
the key.
do well. So a lot of things, as we say, happening. Formula One seemed to be a lot of off-field stuff, if you want to start there. But they're back on the track this weekend in Australia. But a lot of off-field things that take distractions are taken away from the on-track.
Well, you see, what the problem is on track, it's so predictable. Max
Right.
Verstappen is number one. He's winning the race. He's the fastest getting the poles. So there's nothing to talk about on the track. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's on pole again, so
Yeah.
that's no surprise.
And he's probably going to win again. No surprise. So you got
Not
to find
from
the off-field stuff to keep you engaged.
the thing that on the if you talk about on the track, I mean, Lewis Hamilton, he keeps complaining that he's no pace, and it shows because he qualified 11th. He started
Yeah.
11th.
I looked at that and I'm looking and I'm saying, you know what? He's not doing well. He's doing worse than Russell.
Yeah,
But I mean, in terms of coming on to the pole, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're both struggling. I think Russell is seventh and
yes,
Hamilton is 11th, right? So you can't say you have a fast car if you're seventh and 11th. And the previous
no,
one, it was seventh and eighth, right?
correct.
So
No,
it's it's not like it's a one-time thing. So they're not off to a good start at all, which is not good.
no, not after a good start. And it's probably the Mercedes team just not sure what to do with this new setup, and
I'm
they're
wondering
just not getting it right.
if they're planning for next year already or something. But yeah, they're just off. They're
Yeah,
totally off this year.
they're totally off. At the practice early in the year, they said it seems like they were getting it right, but
Yeah,
no,
I was excited.
yeah,
They said, yeah, it looks like we're going to be a lot closer.
yeah, but
We're nowhere in sight.
nowhere at all close. So I think I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. That goes to tonight for those who want to stay up at
They can
11 o'clock
watch if they want to
and
see
watch.
Verstappen take another. I don't know.
I'm just gonna get up tomorrow and see the
See
results.
the results. Yeah, it's not really worth
Yeah.
it. But
No.
Verstappen is also talking because he's saying he understands why Mercedes would want him, but
Hmm.
he said he doesn't think he's going to leave Red Bull.
I don't think he will leave Red Bull either. I think it's just a lot of talk,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, hopefully he will. He's gonna stay there. Hopefully the other cars will catch up. Ferrari's always in and around, so maybe by the time
Lewis goes
Lewis
there, they're going
goes
to be
there,
right beside him.
yeah,
Make it competitive again.
hopefully that's what will happen. I mean, Leclerc gets some decent. Yeah,
Yes,
he's been decent this year, but yeah.
they're more competitive than Mercedes right now for sure.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, so there's some, yeah, as I said, there's a lot happening off track. Susie Wolf took legal action
Yeah.
after controversial interest, conflict of interest. So, and the other lady at
Red Bull?
Red
No, no,
Bull,
it's yeah, Red Bull, yeah.
yeah,
She's
she
fighting back.
yeah. So they're not giving up. So let's not. And even Hamilton came out and had his say because he said it's not. He said F1 is not they're not being true. I guess they're not being
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's had to alluded to that, and it's like, okay, I don't know why he had to get involved with it, but I mean, at the end of the day, something is not smelling in the right in the back room there.
Yeah. So sports, the lovely sports that we love.
And, makes it interesting.
It
That's
does
for
make it.
sure.
Yeah.
Something is always going on, whether it's sports related or sports gossip related. It's always
I
going on.
know. Exactly. I don't know if you want to talk about anything else in Formula One. If not, we can
Well,
go talk about some tennis. The Miami.
Miami
Um,
started.
yeah, it started. Looks like rain is taking over though. The weather is not doing great.
I know.
And just the time to Coco Golf her match started like 5 hours late, but she got it in. She won
Yeah, yeah.
yesterday. Good for her. Um,
Felix
and
also won. Felix
Felix
Aga
won. Yeah,
Aliassime, yeah, he's
yeah,
off the second round as well.
he's good.
Shapalov also won as well. So the two
Yeah,
Canadians are doing well. So it started, but yes, you're right. We got the snow, they got the rain.
yeah. He's Shapovalov. He was actually playing yesterday,
Yes.
and it was 2-1 up on Pass, but suspended. So
Yeah.
expect those games to resume sometime today if the weather is good, and look forward to seeing that. But last weekend, the finals, no surprises there with Swiatek winning the. Yeah, so
Yeah, she's. I mean, I keep saying she's gonna be dominant, and then she shows a little, and then she loses some crazy ways. But she was
hmm
dominant last weekend.
she was dominant last weekend, and don't know. The other players have to be more consistent if they want to keep up with her because she's
Yeah,
just.
yeah, she is. Sabalenka can be dangerous. I mean,
hmm
she's good, but I think she lost her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever he was,
Yeah, her
and
ex-boyfriend.
yeah, and so it's that affected her, but she's still winning. So, but she, I think, is a big, big danger to Swiatek.
Yes, she is. And then as we talk about losing her ex-boyfriend, I mean, social media. We always talk about this. Social media can be so cruel because some of the things that they're saying on social media, it's
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he committed suicide apparently.
they said he was
So
probably
that
drunk.
yeah, they said he
Yeah,
was probably drunk. There's some people saying she dumped him and he couldn't take it, and all
there's
sorts of
yeah,
stories.
you're so right about that. I was just talking about it this morning that the media can just make you, it can certainly break you.
It can break it to you
Man,
know. I mean, if you just go off topic a bit, but if you must, it's something that happens in the world. If it, what happened with Kate coming out yesterday? Kate
I know. And that's what I
about
was
the
talking
cancer.
about this morning and
Yeah,
saying, look what the
yeah,
media did to the poor young lady.
exactly. So
She probably
yeah,
had to tell her kids before she could come public because you don't want the kids to find out in the public. So
exactly.
the media doesn't think about those things.
No, the media just want answers right away.
Right
Everything.
away, they kept
It's instant.
hounding her, put her on the spot until she almost had no choice. Because
Yeah.
it would never have stopped, eh?
No, they would never have stopped everything. I mean, she was out in the public and they're saying it's not her and so
Exactly.
many stories. But
It's just
I'm happy
ridiculous
that
when you
she
read
came
it
out.
sometimes. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's good that she came out, and it's sad that she had to come out. But
Yeah, it is sad. Yeah. But yeah, they just hounded her until she
yeah,
did. So,
she did. It's
but
going to be interesting to see how it looks going forward with her. I mean, people are going to probably change how they approach her and deal with her. So, in some ways, it could be good for her, but I mean, it's still pity at the end of the day.
yeah,
She's sick at the end of the day.
yeah, and we wish her all the best and wish her good
Sure.
health, a speedy recovery, and that
Yep.
she get back to normal pretty soon and can have a long life with her family. So
Exactly. We all want that. So we want
yeah,
that for her too.
yeah. If we can get back on track with the sports, tennis we just spoke about. There's a bit of
Yeah.
golf going on at the Valspar. And
One more thing in tennis before we
tennis.
jump off tennis. Yeah, there was this. Well, of course, Simona Halep, she won a court
Right.
case and she's back after the doping ban. But then Caroline Wozniacki, she's complaining that they should not have given her uh, a wild card entry into the
Right.
tournament. And why would I mean? I was like, and I mean, of course, Halep is like, why would she say something like that?
Hmm.
Well, it's just crazy, man. The girl is she won her case. She's coming back. Just leave her alone. I mean,
Yeah, but
crazy.
yeah, I guess it maybe it's personnel. Who knows?
I'm wondering. It has to be personal now because
Yeah,
it doesn't bother her if someone gets a wild card. What the difference does that make?
yeah. It doesn't bother her. They shouldn't even have to. She shouldn't say anything about it. But she just
Exactly.
wasn't happy at all.
She's not happy about it at all.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But it's good to have Halep back. You
It
know,
is good. It is good.
yeah,
She won, so as far as I know, she's ready to be playing, and she's a good one to have. She has won Grand Slam tournaments, so she's one of the top
yes,
players that would be good to add to the list that is out there today. So always good to have the best playing the best.
it is always good for sure. And wish her all the best. The courts have cleared her, so I mean,
Yep,
nothing we can do about it.
exactly. She's good to go.
Yeah, so she is good to go for sure. And yeah, I was gonna just quickly talk about some golf.
Yep.
The Valspar Open Championship. It's going with some names at the top as like not that we expect, but it seems like it was a tough course yesterday,
Mm,
and the ones who played earlier had it better. So Kevin Streelman is leading at 6 under, and Chandler Phillips, Stuart,
okay.
Stuart Sink, a name that we know, he's there close to. So a couple of people right up there, and Mackenzie Hughes, top Canadian.
Canadian, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the few of these guys are there at -6 and trying to win, but it's always tough and even from playing week to week
Week to week, yeah, yeah.
and
It's not a difficult sport in terms of you got to be running up and down or whatever, but it takes a lot of mental um,
mental.
strength to do this game well, the way they do it at the level that they do it, and certain amount of fitness as well. So it does drain you to go week to week like that, traveling and all of that. It's not gonna be easy at all.
And how brutal it is because last week Brian Harmon he almost won. He
Yeah,
was like and he missed the cut this week in the Valspar.
it's just too
So
soon. It's just
yeah,
back to back, and sometimes you just don't fire the second time around.
that's so true. But yeah, that's happening, and I'll keep an eye on the that Valspar to see how it goes. Another 2 days. Like cricket, people say cricket is long, but golf is
Yeah,
also
it's the
it's
same
four
amount of time, pretty
days.
much, the same time.
Yeah,
Tell the truth, so it's not much different, and yeah, but different crowds. I think cricket get bigger crowds. So, but yeah, it's the same 4 or 5 days, 4 days
yeah, four
at least.
days at least. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about before we get
Just one quick
into?
golf. I mean, Rory
Mhm.
McIlroy is still talking, right? So he says
Please.
he hopes a meeting between the players and the PGA Tour and Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund can get them closer to a solution. So
Yeah, I agree.
I
Mhm.
yeah, I just say maybe you're right. Maybe he's looking to jump ship or something, but he keeps talking about it. So hopefully
Yeah,
it's genuine and hopefully they can actually have these conversations because you don't want this split to be dragging on and on and on.
no, they're actually having some talks right now in the
Yes,
Bahamas, and
yes.
yeah, I think that's what he's
That's what
hoping
he's
that
referring
something
to.
comes. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
referring to that, hoping something comes out of it. And apparently, Tiger Woods played golf with the head of the owner of the PIV, so maybe they said they were chatting and a lot deep conversation. Then
Wow.
maybe something is gonna come out of it. So
Maybe something is brewing in the background
yeah,
because
um,
yeah, that's big. I mean, well, Tiger is the man. But
yeah.
if he's the PGA man as well. So if he's gonna be talking and hanging out with the live people, then that's a big sign. That's maybe something is in the works.
Yeah, I think so. And I believe that as I said to you last week, I believe Rory is fighting with some decision
Yeah, you're right.
because
When I
he
say I'm
keeps
talking
talking
out
about
again,
it.
it's like
Yeah,
something's on this
yeah,
man's mind.
yeah. I think he's ready to. He's got an offer that he's probably thinking, I can't give this
Can't
up.
keep this up. I mean, look at Ram. He went to what 400 million, and I'm
Or
going to get more
yeah,
than he gets. So
yeah,
what's stopping me here?
exactly. That's probably what he's thinking. And he's been one to say that if there's a window and they can play an IPL style, then he'd be
Yeah,
happy for
he'd
that.
be happy to
So
join that.
maybe he's pushing for that
Even with the window open, not a door, but a window. Who
window.
knows when
Yeah,
he's going to jump through it?
yes, that's so true. So yeah. So anything else on golf or
No,
basketball or anything?
well,
Basketball
just
getting down to the crunch time with playoffs coming up
yeah, for me,
soon,
it's just
I think.
the March Madness started. Have you
Yes,
got a
March
chance to see
Madness
any of the
is
games or anything? I mean,
started.
it's always crazy, but there's so many
I
upsets this
haven't.
year, and I'm confused. I think
Yeah,
they said like after the first day, over 80% of the brackets were done. So, well, my team
it's
lost, right? Kentucky. Kentucky is my usually my team, and they lost the first first
first
round.
round. Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm done. So I think many
I
people are done.
I usually just wait until final four and then
Final
watch
four.
because it's so many
Yeah,
upsets. I always see that every year, and I
upsets
just
are
think
makes it interesting though.
it does
Upset,
make it interesting. Yeah,
yeah, but there's a lot of upsets going on. So it's like, okay, what's gonna happen here now? Who's gonna win this whole thing?
yeah. When you look at the brackets, a lot of people's brackets are probably messed up already for
Messed up.
sure.
Yeah, totally
If you
messed
said
up.
80 something percent,
Yeah,
so probably
already messed up. But one
yeah.
of the teams that they're talking about is Purdue,
Hmm.
because they have this Canadian Zach Edey on the team, and yeah, he's playing well. So he's going on to the next round now, and let's see, let's see how far they can go.
Yeah, we'll see if they can. Who do they play in the next week? Do you know? Purdue. They play Utah State, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Let's see.
we'll see how they can do, and if they can get to the finals, and
Yeah,
Canadian can take from there. It'll be
yes,
great
see how far they.
story.
Yeah, it's really a big story if they can get that far. But as I said, the March Madness is going on. From Raptors basketball, I don't know. I'm at the point now. I can't keep up with the amount of losses they're having. So I think
I
like
think
nine straight going to 10 or something like that.
yeah, something like that. They're just not on a good run, and yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, it's a lot of interest. A lot of this top players are not there, but I think they have about 12 more games for the season to go. So
Yep, it's finishing up soon,
I'm
and
finishing up soon.
East is shaping up. I think in general, how people think, but the West,
Hmm.
I think it's a little crazy over there, except for Denver. So
Yeah,
two very interesting 12 series left to see who's going to be the top eight. Move
hmm,
on, but right now it's dicey out west. But I think the East is sort of settled down on who will be moving
yeah,
forward.
yeah. Out west, there's still a lot of battle going on there, and
Lots and lots.
back and forth for that playing position between those teams, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Other than Denver, I think Denver's been pretty solid, but I think everybody else up and down. Dallas is on a little run now.
hmm,
I mean Houston. So they're all playing. Everybody's going on a little run. You just don't know who's going to keep it up. You know, so
yeah. I think anyone they said it was going to be a toughest division anyway,
it
the
is.
West. Yeah,
The West is always tough,
definitely,
but this year it looks like it's going to be tight going
it
in.
is definitely going to be tight. So you're listening to the England Roger Sports Show on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio, and Roger, we get onto some cricket, and
Yep.
IPL has started, so the world has stopped.
Almost.
Almost.
The
Everything
Caribbean,
else has stopped in cricket, but there's
the
still some
Caribbean,
other matches going
yeah,
on.
the
But
Caribbean still fighting with their 4 days for
last
the win.
round of
Yeah,
matches,
yeah.
yeah.
But
So
everybody else is just focused on India.
it's India, so IPL. I mean, some crazy crowds already, and started yesterday. Started with the last year's runner-up, the CSK. They played yesterday, and they beat your team, I would think, RCB,
RCB.
with
Yeah,
Kohli. Kohli
yeah,
played. Kohli played actually surprising. I thought he may not have started, but he started. He played.
yeah.
Not until he had 21 in his innings, 20 balls. They had a great start, but then they lost some quick wickets. 173 was probably a bit, maybe 20 runs short of what they should get.
Should get. Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, it was easy for CSK to get those runs, 176 for 4 and 18 overs. So
yeah.
a great start for them.
That's a really good start. Really good start.
In terms of West Indians, not a great start for Alzari because he's with RCB. He lost, and
Yeah, but he
he,
did it personally. I think
yeah,
he was okay though.
he went for quite a bit actually. He had went 3.38 runs, and well, that's not a lot in when
Where he's
in
playing.
T20 cricket. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so I think yeah, you have guys like Cameron Green is also playing there. For us, it's a good team actually. The
yeah. It is. It is.
RCB is a good team, so
They'll
that
probably find their rhythm soon.
they will find a rhythm, I'm sure. But they're a team that always seem to lose in the beginning and then bounce back
Bounce back and go on a little
and
run.
run
Yeah,
around. Yeah. The game this morning, Punjab Kings, they beat Delhi Capitals. And for me, it was not even a loss, but great to see Richard Pant after that accident back
yeah.
in playing and captaining the team. So I
Team.
was
Yeah,
happy to see
good
that.
team back. Yes, yes, for
And
sure.
Shea Hope, he had 33, a nice little innings there for him.
Yeah.
25 balls, not bad. Two sixes, two fours.
I'm
So
glad he's getting the opportunity to show that because before they were like he can't do the T20 stuff, but you have always said he should be on the
he's,
team. So
yeah, he should be all formats. And
yeah, he's proving that you're right. I mean, he can do all of them. Both him and Brandon King can do all of them very easily.
yes. And guys, Rabada, he had one for 36, two for Ashdeep Singh, and
Hmm.
two for Patel. And Punjab Kings, they got over the line in the 19th and 20th over, actually, 19.2.
True.
So,
Yeah.
yes, Sam Curran had a great knock. Not good with the ball, but surprisingly, he batted at number five, but he had 63. So I guess the coach saw something right.
You made a good call.
Yeah. And Liam Livingston, he had 38. So three Englishmen on that team,
Yeah.
Livingston, Curran, and Johnny Bairstow. Actually, Bairstow must be not happy because the way he got run out, it's just the deflection of the bowler's finger. He was out of his crease.
Oh boy, you don't
Backing
want to
up.
go out that way at all.
No, he was
That's that
backing
bad
up.
luck,
And
man. That's
yeah,
just pure bad luck.
bad luck for sure. But one other game ongoing just started like maybe at 10 o'clock, so about 20 minutes ago. There's another game started, and I think KKR with we'll have Russell and now
Russell,
Narayan.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, they are batting first, and KKR right now 32 for three, so not a great start.
Not a great start at all. But with
No,
these big hitters coming, you just never know how far they'll go.
you never know. And they've used this couple over the years. They've been doing that, which they've used Narayan as an opener, and
Yeah,
stats show that he makes more runs and better average at opening, but he only scored two. Phil
yeah.
Salt is still there on 21. Still have Russell in there to come, but
Come, yeah, yeah.
they've got a couple of good players. Mitchell Stark is there.
Stark is there, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
waiting to
good
sing.
batsman. So
So decent. We'll keep an eye on that game and see how it goes.
see if they can come back from 32 for three.
Yes, it'll be well. The other teams did it, so maybe I'm hoping that they can as well.
Yeah, yeah. Sure they will.
But Roger, my eyes are really on the Caribbean, where it looks like Leeward Islands are going to win the 4-day
Y-
championship.
They're making some really big moves. So they're
Yeah,
just 3 points behind the Windwards now, right?
and
And
Windward's lost to Trinidad.
yeah, and I mean they look like they're gonna be beat. Well, if they lose to Jamaica, I don't know. Something would be wrong with them. So they're pretty much
Yeah,
guaranteed to win against Jamaica unless rain falls the whole day, which is not going to happen.
it's not
So,
going to happen. No.
so yeah, they're on the cusp of winning and moving to the top.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Windward's lost to Guyana.
Yeah,
And Chandler Paul came back to form in that game. He had 100, and so did Imlak. They both had hundreds in the second inning. So it's a
notice,
good,
I notice.
yeah.
I
And
mean, Chandler Paul has been on a really rough stretch, I must say. So I was even saying that he needs to take a break, but good to see him bouncing back.
it's the right time actually, because selectors are going to make a decision. So
So
I think
yeah,
it's the best time for him to get those runs at that 100. And St. Clair continued to do well. He continued to score runs and
I noticed. Yeah, pretty consistent.
very consistent. And over in Trinidad, Barbados Pride, they beat Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So it's just not a big surprise there. And the
Hmm.
Guyana won by 254 over Windward Islands. Like I don't know what happened to Windwards in the first inning. They scored 81. Is it a very low
So they were
score
on this
for
roll, and you brought your curse down on them about taking that break. So after that break,
yeah.
I don't know what happened to them.
They lost both games after the break, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I don't believe in this break. I think just keep it going. The momentum is going. Let the teams play. I mean, I don't see the point of the break, to be honest. I
I don't
can't
either, and
understand
I'm
it.
and I'm sure the Windwards don't see it either because they
No.
took the break and now they're struggling.
So going into yeah, the final round of matches, they were like three points up on Leeward Islands. So with that loss, Leeward Islands now look like they are going to win against Jamaica. So
Yeah, so I'm saying I think I can't see how they could lose. I mean, there were
no,
30 something runs with 7 wickets.
37 wickets. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's no way they just should lose that game. And
yeah. I have a whole day to do it. So
yes, I hold it to
to make
finish that
30 something.
game,
Yeah,
and
so they're good. They've won.
they've won, and it's good to see that they will win the tournament and brings back, some interest in
So
these
is it?
games.
I thought they had another round. No,
No, I think it's one round of matches, isn't it?
I thought it's two. Okay, if it's one round, then they would be the champions for sure.
I think they added two teams to make it one round, but I'm
Okay, okay.
just let me double check that. But I'm almost certain that it's just one round of matches, and then yeah, it's the dates. Yeah, I think it's just one round of matches, so they will
So
win.
they'll win. They'll win then. Awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations, sir.
yes. Leeward Islands, good for them, and a couple of good scores by some of their players. So
Yeah.
not a bad season for the Windward.
No,
But
it's
Leeward, sorry, not Windward's had a good season too, but not a
it's not
bad
bad.
season at all. But actually, after they lost that first game, I was writing them off because they lost
You
the
were,
first.
you were saying, what's going on with them because they didn't win. They didn't lose just losing. They lost big time, so
Big
it didn't
time,
look
yeah.
good. But maybe they just needed some time to get going.
Yes, they bounced back well. And we have we have a Thomas in the squad. He's
Yeah,
Jamaican and he bowled pretty good. He
Shane.
got a couple.
I think he
Shane,
got.
yeah.
I think he got Brandon King. I think something
Yes,
like that.
got Brandon King out, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So,
okay, you Jamaican better gone over there to come take me out.
yeah.
So, but
And it's probably
our guy,
strategic to have him play because he got 2 wickets in the second
again,
innings.
yeah,
He had none in the
I
first, but two in
noticed.
the second, yeah.
I noticed. I noticed. But I noticed Blackwood has failed multiple times now. So they took away the captaincy and said they're going to free him up. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think he has made more than 10 in
He
his
hasn't,
last five or
no,
six at bats.
he's had a horrible season, and I can't see him ever
I don't know if he
getting
can
back
come
in
back.
this. I don't know if
It's
he can come back.
yeah, it's not going to be easy at all. That's the most I'll say. He's in serious trouble.
There's a Salmon, Roger. I'm not don't know much about him. Off spinner. It looks
Oh, Pete
pretty good.
Samuel? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he's solid. And he can bat a little too.
yeah, he looks pretty good. And I saw a ball that he bowled Carty with, and that ball was, I think, the ball of the series.
Look at that. No, he's pretty
Yeah.
good. He's solid. He's been in and around Jamaica team for a little while now, actually.
Mm. So, yeah, but I think, well, because they were trying to get wickets, that he bowled so much yesterday. He bowled 21 overs,
Yeah. And they said the
and
wicket is taking spin, right?
yes, they can spin. And I thought they would have tried Abhijay Mansingh for a few, but he didn't bowl too much. So
And I was
it's
surprised that because I think he's an effective bowler as well, Manising. So
yes, I
he's a
think
good
so.
all rounder. So I thought they would have bowled him more, but I mean I'm not there to see what the pitch is doing. So
And the thing about sports is about confidence and momentum because he scored 52, so he's probably full of confidence. So I thought
so we
that
could
they would
have,
give
yeah,
him some more overs, and because he would have been thinking like, I can do this.
he can do anything. Well, I know
Yeah,
Brandon King seems to be a solid leader, so I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's a mistake, but I don't want to judge it too quickly. But yeah, it does look a little off for him not to be bowling more, in my opinion.
When he did bowl, he bowled four overs for 20. So maybe Brandon King is was right. Let me onto something.
Maybe. Sometimes you have
Maybe.
these little streaky runs, though. I'm not sure, but yeah, it depends on those runs. But yeah, it's five and over, I guess.
Yeah, so we won't be able to tell you who's the champions this week because the Jamaica's an hour behind, so the game starts at 11 just when we've finished.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
will definitely update you next week and give you
Who are the
full,
champs?
yeah. And other cricket that's happening in the Caribbean is the women. Jamaica, we talked about their win last week, but they
Mm.
look like they're going to do the double.
They're on a roll right now. So I think what,
Yeah,
three in a row?
three in a row and the
In a row.
T20. And yeah, I do believe they will win.
It seems
Um,
that way. They seem as if they seem to be locked in. They're really locked in. They're playing well.
they're playing well, and I really don't see how any other team will beat them. They
At this
just look
point in time, it looks difficult for for them to lose. Yes, it
yes.
does.
Liburd Islands was a surprise team in the last round of matches. They upset the last year's champions Guyana by
Yeah,
Jazara Claxton in the last over. She had a hat trick
look at
and
that. The
won
last
that
over.
game.
Wow.
Yeah, so the Jamaica women will play Trinidad today. That game has started already. And Barbados are playing Guyana afterwards. And
Hmm.
then you'll have Leewards versus Windward. So
Windward.
Trinidad
Yeah.
are 17 for 1 in 5 overs. So not speedy going. So Jamaica,
They're crawling.
they're crawling. Yeah. So
I mean, if you're gonna
I
be at that pace, I mean, are you gonna even get to 100?
I know, so. But I think for the women's tournament, if the team gets to 120, they get a bonus point.
Oh, they do. Okay, just
Yeah,
120. Okay.
because the women's cricket generally they haven't scored that much, so they've 20,
Yeah,
120. Yeah, there's a bonus point.
just just higher. Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's good
So
to see. I mean, the only thing I'm disappointed in is that these games are playing and there's nobody in the stands to watch them. But
no,
good
and
cricket being played. Good cricket being played.
yeah, even Sabina Park. I mean, and I'm surprised because Sabina Park is traditionally known. People just go there, hang out, play dominoes, and play cricket, watch
Cricket,
cricket.
yeah,
But
exactly.
not
Not
even
even
that
that
is
is
happening.
happening. It's weird.
No,
I'm like,
it's
what
very
is going
very
on here? But yeah, the sport is moving on. Things are happening, but the crowd just hasn't caught on as yet. It's just they're
I
still stepping
think
away.
it's the new crowd. If you put a T20 match in there and put it on the lights, it'd probably be full.
Maybe you get a bigger
But
crowd for sure.
yeah, for some reason, people like to watch these games at night. And
Ah,
I noticed they did that. They did that for soccer and Sinkits, and they get some huge crowds. When they play in the afternoon, it's not as big. So
interesting.
yeah,
I didn't know that. That's an interesting stat.
so maybe they need to have more night games and see if that would help.
It probably could. I mean, I know that they play football at nights there,
Mm,
so and they get good crowds. So maybe you have a good point.
yeah. Quickly, just to wrap up, because in interest of time, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, they are in that test match going on. Bangladesh, we know, won the ODI series, and
Oh
Sri
yeah,
Lanka won the T20 2-1. But the test match, yeah, it's just looked like it's basically maybe gonna be Sri Lanka. It's tight actually. It's a tough
it
call
is.
because that's
Yeah,
very low scoring,
there you
280
go.
for Sri Lanka, but Bangladesh only replied with 118, 190,
Mhm.
and Sri Lanka 119 for 188. Sorry, Bangladesh replied with, and Sri Lanka batting the second time 119 for 5. So a lead of 211. If Bangladesh get those last 5 wickets
Ever
quickly,
could
it could be a very good game.
to be a very interesting game. Very, very interesting game. Yeah, I mean it's competitive. I like when the games are like that. I mean, I would prefer seeing higher scores, but it's at least a very competitive game.
It is. And last week, Sunday, we saw the finals of the WPL,
Yep,
DC and versus RCB, and RCB won that WL final. So good for them. Kudos to
good for
them.
kudos to them for sure.
And some other news is that West Indies women, the tour Pakistan. That tour is upcoming very shortly. So I think good news for the women to see that they're getting their tours, they're getting their cricket, the amount of cricket, that more cricket as they've always asked for. And
Yeah, I think it's been a challenge for them, right? They don't play half as often as their competitors, so they're always behind the eighth ball. So it's good to see that, yeah, they're getting opportunities to be current and be active and to be playing games.
so that tournament actually comes up pretty soon because 6 to 14, the West Indies go for a pre-tour camp in Dubai, and then
Hmm.
they arrive in Karachi on the 14th, and then they get into the ODI matches and then the T20s. One of the things you realize with these games in Pakistan, the tours are not very long because of security
Security
reasons,
reasons,
and
yeah.
the teams don't want to be there too much. In fact, I think when they try to stay in one venue so that they can have a better idea on how security works. So that's not
Hmm.
a bad thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one of the things coming, it's going to be interesting to see the team because there's so many, the armchair selectors have started because the tournament's going on in Singapore. So it's going to be interesting. A lot of Kitishans are now betting and hoping
Yeah,
that Jazara Claxton becomes the first Kitishan to play in West
and
Indies
these
at
teams.
either. Yeah, so and she's done well in this T20, so I wouldn't be surprised
Yep.
she get a call up for the T20.
She deserves a call up. So I mean, let's see if they
Yeah.
do it, but she certainly deserves a call up.
And Roger, you'll be happy to know she's a champion at track and field too. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, she's represented the country in track and field. She's a school champion, and yeah,
multi-talented, eh?
she's soccer player. She's played soccer for St. Kitts as well, so she
So she
is
plays soccer, does track, and she plays
yeah,
cricket, and now she's gonna make the West Indies team.
yeah. So she's
That's a real all-rounder.
multi talented. The government has
Very,
actually made her an ambassador for sports, so which is good.
that is awesome. That is really, really
Very.
good, actually. That is really, really good. Happy to hear. Hey, maybe one day I'll get a chance to meet her. She sounds
Yes,
like an everyday hero, as we call them.
yes, she is, and who knows? She might decide one day she want to go to the Olympics.
That's probably
And
next on everybody else. She may say it's right here
yeah,
in LA in 2028, so maybe I can go
28.
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's nothing else. Is there anything else in cricket you want to chat about?
No, nothing else on the cricket side at this point in time.
Okay. Nothing else in cricket. Then we can get on to some track and field, and I'm sure you've got a lot to talk about boys and girls champs,
Yeah.
and it's been
So
exciting, and the big move that you're going to tell us about for one of the Jamaican athletes.
yeah, so thanks, man. When you look at track and field, it's all about boys and girls championships in Jamaica. It's a high school championship, considered by many to be the best in the world. Everybody's watching it. Nothing else happens in Jamaica when this is happening, and I mean nothing. Almost all business is shut down. The
Hmm.
schools march to the stadiums, and they have their marching bands, and they play music, and so it's just a really nice carnival event and some exciting action on the track as well. So, I think last year we got a little spoiled where we had Nkumi Buaji and Kumi coming out running 9.99, breaking the first high schooler to go under 10 seconds, and then you had Alana Reid breaking the Jamaican record with 10.92. So we didn't have any of those earth-shattering times, but at
That's
least the
right.
competition has been really, really, really good. So I think after 4 days of competition, this championships is 5 days. It's not a short thing. After 4 days of competition, the scores right now on the girls' side, you have Edwin Allen, the defending champions. They're looking really, really, really good again, as if it's going to be
Hmm.
time for them to take it again. They were at 184. Their biggest rival is Heidel, who are on 141. So that's after 23 events. So I think half of the events have been done. They'll be finished up today. The other 22 will be done today. So let's see how Edwin Allen holds on. They're up by 40 now, so just over 40. So they have a good chance to retain their title. While on the boys' side, it's out of the same story. Kingston College coming in again as the leaders and as the favorites and the defending champions. They're all the way up to 182, while Jamaica College, who is their biggest competitor this year, is only sitting at 134. So almost 50, 40, 40 something points there again. So both, Edwin Allen and Kingston College, it's interesting to see, after 21 events, they have more girls events than boys events because girls
Hmm.
have class four, which
Okay.
boys don't have. But at the end of the day, One is on King's Casey's on 182. Edwin Allen's on 184 after 4 days. Casey got theirs after only 21 events. Edwin Allen got there after 22 events. So they're pretty much even. I mean, Jamaica College is on 134, Heidel is on 141. So in general, the two defending champions are up by 40, just over 40 going into the final day. And based on how many finalists each team has, I think the defending champions look they're in a good shot right now to take it back home again. So looking forward to see what this exciting day can bring. In terms of times, as I said, nothing spectacular. It is good to see certain schools bouncing up. Excelsior, coached by David Riley, has been making a huge statement. So it's one of those schools where they won the championships in 1960 and then they haven't been close since. But they're making a resurgence here and they're committed to making themselves top five. And they took the 100 meters class one, the Miller,
Mm,
right? And they came back last night and they took the 400 meters hurdles for class two and class one. And they already won the 400-meter flat for class two. So, certainly a team that is always there or thereabouts has four gold medals. They haven't done much other than that, but the quality athletes that they have in these events, they're certainly performing. So it's interesting to see those little things like that. But as I said, no earth-shattering times. We are very hopeful
right.
for this young lady, Thea Terrelong from Edwin Allen. She's class two, and the expectation is she was going to run 10:9 or something like that. She didn't. She
Mm.
won the event, Ingle, and she was so upset. She was the
Oh,
winner
really?
by far, but she was so upset because she wanted the record, and
Mm.
she wasn't close to the record. So let's see what she can do. But at the end of the day, the 200 is here today. She has some competition in the 200. You have two young ladies who look like they can go 22. I don't think she can break Brianna Liston's 22.5, but let's see. You never know. But that is for sure. It's going to be a very exciting race. Class two girls, 200 meters. And yeah, outside of that, I think it's just relays and championship stuff happening. So nothing crazy, crazy in terms of super, super talent, but certainly very, very, very exciting action taking place there in Jamaica.
So, which is your school? Which one you're rooting for?
I'm Kingston College.
Kingston College. Okay.
Yeah, that's what this
I
is about
thought
here.
I know bragging rights, right?
You see my crest here. So
Okay.
anyone that goes to that school thinks that Kingston College is the greatest school in the Caribbean,
Okay.
not just
Yeah.
Jamaica. So
Okay. Some a surprise for me. Like I don't know if it's the same thing, but to see Immaculate Conception in Saint Kitts, they don't
yeah,
normally have great athletes coming from the Immaculate Conception.
so
So,
that was a shock in Jamaica as well. I mean, it took them a while. I mean, they were there with maybe one athlete, but
mm-hmm.
now they have a full team and they're very competitive and they're doing a lot of good stuff. They have good coaches
Okay,
there. So, it was at first it was a joke to say, are they real? But it's a very serious thing and they're doing extremely well. Not in a position to win or anything like that, but they're certainly
but
from a
still,
corporate
yeah,
area point of view. Not a lot of people expected them to be in sports at all, except swimming.
right.
And then now suddenly they're very, very competitive, very
Mm,
competitive against
yeah,
other schools.
that's good to see. Because to
But
see
then,
that they put in the effort in sports, because sports is actually they can get so much from sport. A lot of people
there you
don't
go.
realize that. I mean, can get
Yeah,
you an education. I mean, Caribbean we talk about education a lot. Yes, I
yeah,
agree,
yeah.
but the sport can get you a free education,
Free education and free travel. You
free
get to come
travel.
you go to the states and travel the entire states with your team and all of that. Get a lot of exposure.
Yeah,
Right, so you get so many different things. You can build a new network. There's so many opportunities there. So I
mm,
think people realize that, yeah, you can be all about education, but when you go to a school, it doesn't have to be all about education. It's student athletes are usually
student.
great people, so nothing wrong with becoming a student athlete.
Exactly.
So yeah, you're right. It's good. It was interesting to see when they a few years ago when it was immaculate.
Mm,
What
mm,
happened here? But now, yeah, you can actually look for them. They have chances to win races and all of that stuff. So they're doing extremely well, really,
that's
really proud
great.
of them. Yeah. Well, we see what ends today. I mean, as I said, looking now, Edwin Allen looks like they're going to retain the girls' championships, and Kingston College looks like they're going to retain the boys' championships. But also the news, as you mentioned, Brianna Williams. So this is such an interesting story. She was with Atta Bolden, won World Juniors, 100 and 200 double
Hmm.
champion. Came to Jamaica because Atta said he can't take her any further. She came to Jamaica, has not performed well in Jamaica. Since she come to Jamaica, I don't think she has broken her personal best, and that's over two
Right.
years. So she had moved to Michael Frida's camp, and now she has decided to move again. So she moved there in October, Now she has decided, right before the Olympics, 3 months away, she decided to move to John Smith's camp over there in California. So
Yeah.
that's where Atta Bowler used to train. So I know Atta still had a lot of influence over her. It's be interesting to see. I think rumors were she was not as disciplined as people thought she would have been when she was in Jamaica. So let's see if when
Mm,
she goes to California, she's gonna adopt the discipline that is required to be successful. But uber talented, as you say, social media does all these things to you, so you don't know. Some people say Atta was pushing her too hard. That's why she's now peaked and can't go any better.
mm.
So some blame her, some blame Atta. So it's always a blame game going around and around for everybody. But at the end of the day, I think she has the talent. She certainly has the personality to be a marketing guru for some brand. So she's in a good spot. She just needs to perform on the track. And the way things are looking, some people are saying she may not be able to make the Jamaica team, which would be a problem for her
Yes, I mean, I had a lot of expectations of her when she came out with juniors, and
a
she
lot.
hasn't. Yeah, she didn't have to live up to it as yet. But maybe some people blossom later on. So
That's the thing. I think
yes.
some people feel maybe she was too good when she was a junior. Who
Mm,
knows? But I mean, I just think that she just needs to get the environment. She needs to get her mind right, and
hmm.
then she'll be back to being successful again. So I'm rooting for her.
Yes, I'm hoping she make that Jamaica team, even if it's gonna
Relays.
have to realize like it's gonna have to make that final 100, but
It's hard. It's hard because at
it's
the end of
hard.
the day, three people go.
Hmm.
One, they have Elaine Thompson Hero, who has already said she's coming for the double, so she tends to be there. Sherika Jackson believes she can go down and break with the 200 world record and win the
Hmm.
100 meters, so she's going to be there. And Shelley Fraser Price is saying this is my last Olympics. I'm going to do something special. So three people have already been named, and they're
Yeah,
not named Brianna Williams. And then you have all these named Brianna Liston now. You got Alana Reed. You have Natasha Morrison. You have all these names that you can call. Sasha Lee Forbes. They're all running 10-9 as well.
right.
So it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be an interesting year for sure. A lot of people are pushing to do something special because it's the Olympics. So we'll see what happens with her. But I'm hoping this move is good for her. I mean, she's from Florida, so I mean, going to LA is just the other side of the world
Yeah,
almost,
yeah,
but it's not bad weather either. So I think she'll be all right. She just needs to focus, and I think she'll be fine.
yeah. I think so too.
But last weekend, the new kid on the block, Oblique Seville, so he came fourth in the last two World
Hmm.
Championships, trained by Glenn Mills, who trained Usain Bolt, and Glenn Mills is optimistic on this guy. He's confident he can go 9-7 and that type of stuff. He came out, he broke his 400-meter personal best. He ran 47.44 a month ago. And last weekend, he ran 20.17 in the 200 meters.
Right.
So this early in the season, it was a huge thing for him because his personal best was like 20.8. So to come down all the way now to 20.1, you know that he's in great shape. And he's optimistic that he's going to do something special this year. He said he's first going to go sub 20, but he
Mm.
doesn't know if Glenn Mitz is going to have him double this year. So let's see. I mean, right now he and from the UK, what's his name again? Zaniel Hughes trained together.
Hughes. Yeah.
So they trained together. Both trained by Glenn Mills. Last year, the World Championships, Hughes was third, Obliqueville was fourth, and it was like the same time. It was thousands. It wasn't like hundreds of seconds, like thousands of seconds. So this year, he seems to be beating Zaniel Hughes. So it's going to be interesting to see because Hughes, the UK the UK record holder and all of that, he's in great shape too. So it's going to be interesting to see those two in the same camp, and they're probably pushing each other. So we expect a lot from the two of them. I think they're
Them
both going
too.
to
Hmm.
go 9-7 this year, which is going to make it fascinating to watch going up against the Americans like Coleman and, of course, the man himself, Mr. Noah Lyles.
Noah Lyles. Yes. He's
Yeah.
having his dream. You keep saying he's having this dream.
Dream about
Like,
19.10. So
yeah.
let's see if he's going to wake up from that dream. But his coach, who doesn't say much, did come out and say that, yeah, after watching him go indoors, they think that 19.15, which is a world record, is quite
Hmm.
possible. But they're not focusing on the world record this year. They're just focusing on getting the goal. But the coach says he believes he can run 19.15. Noah Lyles said he keeps dreaming that he's running 19.10. So let's see. Sometimes you gotta dream it and believe it for it to happen. So
Yeah.
let's see how far they go this year if they can get down there. But as I keep saying, of Usain Bolt's world record, I think that's vulnerable. Although some people don't think it is, I think it is. 19.31 is quite close. So just need the right conditions and the right mind, and it can be
You
done.
can
So
go nine. Yeah.
I mean, they look and they have Leslie Tubogo from Botswana. Now
Right.
he has come out and he has, he's running 44.2. He's breaking the world record in the 300, and he last year ran 20.5. So he looks like, 19.50. So if this year he goes down, he's going to be in the 19.3s, probably 19. So if Noah Lads is going to win, he may have to run very close to 19.1 to win.
Mm,
Area Knighton is there as well. So it's not a joke here. So yeah, it's some serious running is going on. And as I said, that world record just may go. And they said they're building this Paris track so fast it's going to be feel like they're flying. So let's see how that goes. But it's going to certainly be interesting. Talking about Noah Lyles, I think he's going to open up in Bermuda, April 28th. He's going to
mm,
be in Bermuda along with Elaine Thompson Hira. So they're both going to be there at the USA Grand Prix over there in Bermuda the 28th of April, while the 27th in China, you're going to have a big sprint fest with Christian Coleman taking on Fred Curley and Johan Blake. So, as I mentioned, April is the month. April is the month to see big things
to
happening,
see
and
how they
you're
to
going
see
to
how they start and how they look.
this is the month to see where you are at,
Where you're at.
see
Yeah.
what you got to do by June to get ready. You know, so there's Mohammed from St. Catharines here in Canada. He was an Olympic medalist last time, and he's coming back again. So it was good to see that he qualified, ran a standard qualifying time for both the 5,000. He ran the 10,000 last weekend. So now he's ready to go to the Olympics. And, I don't live very far from St. Catharines, so I'm happy
Hmm.
for him. And I hope he can go to the Olympics and win another medal
It'd
this
be
year.
good to see him. Yeah.
It'll be good to see. And finally, track and field, there's a war of words going on between the IOC and Russia. So Russia is getting a little upset. So their foreign ministry spokeswoman, Maria Zakharova, she lost her cool, man, in a conference call and referred to IOC as neo-Nazi.
Mm,
So of course they're not taking that very well. so, so they're not happy. There's always a new low, and so war of words going on in England between these two. I don't know. The IOC is the one with the power at the end of the
yes.
day. So I'm not sure what they're fighting over. You can't beat your boss, but let's see. Big war going on though, because Russia's not
Between
happy that
yeah.
everybody's knocking out against the friendship games and not supporting it. So
Right.
I
Then
don't know what's going to happen there. But yeah, that's it for track and field this week.
there's just one thing, Roger. Like guys came in yesterday. I don't. Malaysia declined the offer to hold the
I know.
Commonwealth Games. They said it's too expensive. So
So you can imagine, I'm giving you $127 million,
yeah,
and you say this is
this is
expensive. So
yeah,
what is this going to cost?
yeah.
I'm not
Um,
surprised though.
but look at what it's going to cost to run the foot soccer
Yeah,
in just 6 games here.
it's a lot of
So
money. Security is a
yeah,
huge bill there. So yeah,
yeah.
it's almost madness when you think about it, but it's
But
the reality.
Yeah, Malaysia normally do these games much cheaper than anywhere else. So I'm
Yeah,
surprised that they didn't accept that amount of money.
with that amount of money, I thought it could be done. I was like, man,
No.
it's a brilliant move to get them involved, but they still said no.
Yeah. So as you said, maybe Commonwealth is dying. Maybe
It looks
nobody's
like it's
interested.
done. Looks like
Commonwealth and Pan Am Games probably gonna need a lot to survive.
yeah, the Pan Am Games is struggling. Yeah, I don't know. Both the Commonwealth Games, I think it's going to go down faster than the Pan Am Games, but both are
Mhm.
struggling.
Yeah, they both are
Both are
struggling.
struggling, and people don't see it as a valuable place to be.
True. Okay, so we've done with the track and field, and I think before we got about 7 minutes to go. I guess you want to talk some soccer, football, whatever you call it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
football is going on, of course, soccer for sure, but
So
it was an
yeah,
interesting Nation Leagues Cup semifinals. On the 21st, it was Jamaica against the USA.
I'm just saying. Mhm.
Jamaica scored in the first minute, and they were leading 1-0 at the end of 90 minutes. They got 5 minutes extra,
Extra, yeah.
and then they got one final kick in the game. America got a corner, and the Jamaican forward, in trying to head the ball out, headed it into his own net.
And here's a goal.
And
He
it's an
was-
own goal at 90 plus. I'm saying the last kick of the game because they got, I think, 4 minutes extra, and then there was a little time wasting thing. But it was the last corner of the game, and somehow, I mean, the U.S. coach called it a miracle. So,
Mhm.
but then after that, they scored two more goals, so they beat Jamaica 3-1 in
3-1.
overtime.
Wow, wow.
So, right now, the USA is on to the finals of the Nations League against Mexico, who defeated Panama. So Jamaica plays Panama for the third place playoff.
I don't think that guy's sleeping well.
No, I can't
He,
imagine. And you know what?
yeah,
He came on as a substitute in the 72nd minute.
hmm,
And then shortly after he scored on his own team, then they took him back off like 2 minutes later. So everybody
wow,
say, the coaches said no, they didn't take him off as punishment. He took him off because he picked up an injury. But the jury's going to be out on that one. So let's
yes,
see. Let's see. But you know, one of the stars for Jamaica, Leon Bailey, who plays for Aston Villa, I don't know, he's talking out again. So he was upset because they suspended him
right, they
from
did, yeah,
going to this game. I think we mentioned this last week because he broke curfew and he was upset. So he went on social media and said he's thinking about taking a break from international football, and he blamed them for being unprofessional. And he said he thought his coach and he had a good understanding and respected and trusted each other. So, so it sounds like it's just a bad situation for Leon Bailey right now. I don't know. I mean, he's good for the team and he has been very good to the team. But I think it was a little over the top when they suspended him for a big game like this. Some Jamaican coaches were
yeah,
not happy either. Like, why would you suspend your star for an incident like this? Fine him. Just fine him ten thousand
right, a
dollars.
big fine him, yeah, fine, a
Don't
big fine or
suspend him.
something, yeah, but not to
Yeah,
suspend. Yeah.
I don't
But I
know,
guess they're
man.
looking at the fact that it's not the first time, maybe, and
It's
they
not the
said,
first time. I would say
yeah,
fine him.
but
But
still,
anyway,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
you needed him because it crushes the team more for not having the player than
hmm,
anything else, right? So we'll see. But today, Canada, they're gone over there in the US to take on no other than Trinidad and Tobago to see who's going to qualify for Copa America. So today, at I think it's 4 p.m., it's going to be Canada versus Trinidad and Tobago. And Trinidad always find a way to upset these North American teams. So let's see if they can do it one more time. But Canada is heavily favored today to win that match against Trinidad and Tobago for the Copa America qualifying going on.
yeah. I think Canada is a better team, but as I said, Trinidad finds a way. But we'll
They
see.
find a way to do something, and you're like, how did they do that? So never
Yeah,
mark on Trinidad.
yeah,
Never ever mark them out. And I think outside of that, I think Garrett Southgate over there, the English coach, he's
hmm,
dismissing any rumors, and he sounds quite annoyed about it too, because people are saying that he's going to be the next Manchester United
Man U.
coach. So he's calling it disrespectful, and what are they talking about? So maybe it's not the truth, maybe it's close to the truth. Who knows? But he's not happy that some rumor like that is starting, and in my opinion, I don't think Ten Hag is going to be there again next year. So it's going to be interesting to see actually what happens with this case, if it's going to be true or not.
I think there's somewhere in there, something is close to the truth.
It's close to the truth. I think they
Yeah,
maybe they want him, and maybe they're talking about it, but he hasn't
hmm,
accepted yet. So
that's probably why he's upset because
he's
he
upset.
hasn't. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. And finally, Olympic champions Canada. Canada won the soccer tournament for women last
for
Olympics.
women. Yeah,
Now they know who they're playing. So when they get to Paris, they're going to be drawn against France, big team, Colombia, and New Zealand. So it's going to be an interesting first round for them. But
person. Hmm.
good to see them up against France. That is going to be an interesting game to watch.
And so I guess the favorites to come out of that group is be France and Canada.
Canada, yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
for sure, for sure.
that will be great to watch.
Great to watch for sure. And finally, I think it's not soccer. It's a big thing,
Hmm.
not soccer though. But so Adidas, as you know, has controlled Germany's soccer kit for since I don't can't even count when. It's a German company and everything.
Hmm.
Now Nike is now the kit supplier for Germany
Oh, really? I didn't
after
even.
70 years.
I was
So
just
it's
gonna
a
say I've never seen a German team without Adidas.
without Adidas, exactly. So it's a
Yeah.
huge national row over there. It's like a war is going to start. So a lot of Germans are really upset about this. So as you said,
Mm,
I've never seen Germany without Adidas, ever.
no, never, ever, ever. So
So it's going to be
can
interesting going forward.
can imagine what they're getting from Nike.
There you go. And
Yeah.
what Adidas probably took for granted, who knows? But yeah,
Yes.
I mean, they said Adidas, well, they said Nike gave the best deal, so they took it.
Great. Just got a minute to go, Roger. So we got to wrap up to get ready for the next show. And thank you for watching, listening. We've come to the end of another show. So enjoy your weekend. Be safe and be good.
Be good. See you next week, guys.